Well, GL, G to the M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back, and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Excuse me. Now, my friends, we got one hell of a show on tap for you here today on this terrific Tuesday morning, November the 12th, 2024. And I hope you're ready to wake up like never before. Because here on episode 609, we got more inspiration, more motivation, and more good vibrations coming your way than you're going to know what to do with over the next hour and a half. Bye. But before we get into this morning's show, before we catch a little bit of a flow, I must humbly ask each and every one of you to maybe do a few things if you haven't done so already. Maybe you could take a quick moment to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently adjusting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you're watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over yonder as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. Or if you're enjoying the show, hit that like button right there too as well, and get that algorithm going over here on the YouTube. If you're watching on Rumble, hit a notification bell, hit a like button, hit a subscribe, whatever you might have not hit already over there. And if you're enjoying the show on Rumble, make sure you smash those buttons there. And if you're watching on X, make sure you hit a like, make sure you hit a repost, make sure you hit a quote post. Let the people know on the X timeline why you're tuned in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And if you are listening to the show on your favorite podcast directory like Apple, Amazon Music, or maybe even Spotify, maybe you could give us a follow or leave us a 5-star rating, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow on all of those platforms. And as for all you amazing humming beings that decided to hit all of those buttons, have already smashed the hell out of each and every one of them.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Have already given the old subscribe button an elbow, maybe an uppercut to the notification bell, and dropped a big old overhand right on the like button one time for the one time we can't thank you enough. But maybe you haven't done so already and you're wondering, why the hell should I hit those buttons for those guys? Well, my friends, if this show makes you laugh, if it makes you cry, if it makes you think, or if it makes you just go, I like that perspective. I ain't ever thought of it that way before.
Don't be rude.
Well, don't be a hoe. Share the show. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let somebody know. And we will proceed with this morning's flow. My friends, I'm not the only one here. I've said we. I've said us. I've said boys a few times so far this morning. And you can hear Mr. Man in the green screen, making the green room, making clear he is here, ready for the day. He is hyped up. Shout out Derek, DZ Snow, DEEZYY. Shout out my guy, ready for an electric episode here on Forge and Fuel. But there's another man that graces us with his presence every single morning. A man that without his perspective, we wouldn't have the show that we do every single day. Without his energy, I don't know if we could wake up like we do here at Forge and Fuel, baby. Oh, yeah! So without further ado, my friends, joining us now on episode 609, the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club.
What?
The lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will.
What?
A professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog who streams on Friday nights via Twitch and exclusively in the GACC, Grandpa Ape Country Club Greens, where he puts 2 tracks together and he begins to spin them around like so, and then all of a sudden they form into one and you hear, Swirl One.
What?
He is a purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
A curator of high-level energies.
What?
A certified PLP pusher.
What?
My friends, our traveling man always getting on a tin can to go complete some mission in a foreign land.
What?
The jet plane flying.
What?
McLaren drive.
What?
Rolex rock.
What?
Jesus peace
What?
dangling. The president of St. Louis, Missouri for only a few short more months. Who's to say, who's to know?
What?
My man, your
What?
guy, the one,
What?
the only, with an emphasis on the one.
What?
He's DJ Swirl One. Great
What?
morning, Swirl One.
What? What? What's happening, everybody?
What?
What? What's going on? Great morning to everybody in here. I'm fired up. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Even if you don't like tacos, it's still cool to say it. I mean, it's one of the best days of the week. You know why? Because Monday's over. It's gone. So you can no longer have a case of the Mondays. You have to have Taco Tuesday, which just sounds so much better anyway. So, but before you even get there, hey, I've already put down a little bit of this because I'm going to get on a tin can a little bit later. So I need a lot of this before I get there because while I'm in the air, I don't drink too much of this. It's tough because, you know, those little bathrooms, trying to get down the aisles. Hey, just if you are a bathroom prone individual, do not sit on the window seat, please, because you are disturbing everybody else as you keep getting up and down and up and down.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Yes, just sit in the aisle, okay? You're not looking outside that window anyway, okay? And that's your tip from Swirl One on traveling today. But we do have we have other lessons today that are going to be taught from our boy Capp, because he's done a little bit of this sports gambling stuff. So we'll learn a little bit about that. But before we get to that point, do me a favor. If you wouldn't mind, send out a text, maybe a DM. Maybe you could even post this on your story on Instagram and say, hey, check this out. Look what I'm watching right now. Have you seen these guys? They get me started up every single day, feeling like $1 million. So maybe you could do that for us. We would really highly appreciate it. Look, Cap's doing it already. He's calling right now, live right now, calling somebody and saying, hey, get on the show. So thank you very much for everybody who tunes in, whether it's live or maybe you hear this later in a recording. We appreciate that. Forge and Fuel, baby. Taco Tuesday. Let's get after it.
Sounds like you got a case of Mondays. Hey, fuck you guys.
It's the Taco Tuesdays.
Hey, you know, I was just doing a little reference from.
I remember.
Who's
Bro,
to say
that's another one we should probably watch during the GAC.
Little Office Space.
That's
you
a
know.
great movie. It really is. And I think everybody, no matter what you do, can identify with some part of it. Maybe you don't have enough flair today. I'm just saying.
Let me ask you something, man.
Yeah.
Anybody ever tell you got a case of Mondays where you work?
Well, hell no. I think somebody probably get their ass kicked for saying some shit like that.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, we got to watch some Office Space. 150%.
That's a good one right there. I'll have to get that one
was
downloaded and get it going.
My stapler, I was told that my stapler was going to be here and I was going to have a full ream of staples in my stapler. I don't know why my stapler is not working. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friend, I love that movie too. I got the double box set of Super Troopers and Office Space. Oh, you just go from these schnozberries taste like schnozberries straight over to, you know, if you could get those TPS reports on my desk by this afternoon, that would be great. I mean, just two of the most eclectic classics of that generation. Oh, they just don't make them like that anymore, Swirl One.
No, there's nothing like that movie.
Hey,
HR would fire that movie today.
That's a fact and a half, Jack. And speaking of, you know, not making them like they used to anymore, you know, there was once a day when many financial analysts said that us crypto geeks were absolutely crazy. Us people that believed in,
here we go again,
the crypto coins were absolutely bananas. And there was once a day when they said, oh boy, that Bitcoin is about to go away and it's just slowly losing value and you better stay away. And then yesterday, baby, we cracked 88K. So I want everybody to know who doesn't believe in Bitcoin, we got a special way to start the day. Michael Saylor, take it away.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor.
We call them poor. Call them poor.
These videos are going to do this shit again today, huh? Great, wonderful, terrific. Sorry about the glitch there, everybody. Hold on, because that started to get really shitty.
But the message is still the same.
Come on, 150%. So looks like we just got to make a little adjustment today, but that's all right, because you know what? One more time. Oh, no. Oh, no, damn it. Oh, man, our videos are having an issue today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to figure that out one time for the one time. Who's to say?
It's a good thing we've got a little time to figure that out before we get
Yeah. You love it when, you know, the old videos. But we do have a morning laugh, too. And I really would enjoy this morning laugh because This one right here is real good. I ain't gonna lie to you. And, I certainly, oh man. Woo! You ever go shopping at Goodwill?
Yeah.
You like Goodwill? You know, every
No, I
once in a
don't like
while,
Goodwill, but I've been there.
you know, every once in a while, you maybe you find something good. Maybe there's a real good find around there. Who's to say? Who's to know? So, you know, this morning, for those of you who enjoy Goodwill, top Goodwill finds here this morning to kick us off with your morning laugh. Please don't glitch. Fingers crossed. Come on, baby. Don't be a piece of shit. Oh, it's glitching.
Okay.
No, it's not
All
working.
right.
But you can.
How are you?
That gonna be it for you.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I'm doing good.
I'll
Would
just
you
take
like
this
around that
little
one
shelf.
Yeah, sure.
thing?
What is this?
What is this?
Decoration.
Decoration.
I really.
Decoration.
Oh,
Your ass.
so you're doing card, right?
Yeah, just card. Because it like spins. You see how it spins on the. But like it's don't. It doesn't got a bottom.
Doesn't have a bottom. I think you could do something with it, though.
She said, I think you could do something with it, though.
I think you can go
Obviously.
with that thing, bro.
Oh, shit. Obviously, the videos are not working to the peak performance today for some reason on StreamYard. Who's say, who's to know? Oh, shit. I don't know. Hey, what is this? Do you know what this is? Maybe we'll bring that back at the end of the show if these videos are working a little bit better. I don't know why there's a glitch in the video right now. There's a glitch in the Matrix. I'm not liking it at all right now. This is not fun. This is not cool. This is not making me a happy camper. Who's to say? Who's to know? I guess we're just going to have to hope that corrects sometime in the show, or maybe I'll reset my connection. I don't know. Because I don't know. I might have to reset my connection because I don't want to have those shitty damn videos when we get to the second segment of the day. So who's to say? Who's to know? We'll figure something out here because that's annoying. I don't like that at all. I don't like when those videos glitch. Nobody likes to watch glitchy videos. So we'll figure that out as this show goes along. But there was kind of your morning laugh and kind of your Bitcoin
I thought
song.
it was pretty funny.
It was working great. I don't know what was going on. Maybe DZ. I'll blame it on DZ. Maybe DZ was trying to hit the soundboard at the same time. Who's to say? Who's to know? Maybe he was playing the soundboard.
Bro, you had nothing to do with this.
All right, my friends. Well, there is your opening of the show. 20 minutes after the top of the hour. So let's get right on into it. One time for the one time. Let's do a little sharpening, a little getting that blade nice and ready to cut through all the obstacles and the trials and the tribulations and the losses and the failures of this life and turn them around into things that can help us each and every day in your sharpening session, baby. Alrighty then, my friends. Let's get right on into it. One time for the one time. We got some interesting stuff to talk about this morning. If you didn't read the title of the show, let me be the first to let you know. We're going to be speaking on lessons learned from sports gambling. Oh, yes, that's right, my friends.
I heard one show up to the game and tell the guy to get another rebound.
Yes, that's right. Maybe
I learned that
yesterday.
lesson.
Maybe yesterday, LeBum helped one of our betting brethren. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Or you could say, I'm going to bet on myself. Go to Vegas and say, what's the odds there being a streaker? I'll take that bet.
Who's to say? Who's to
That's
know?
a good lesson.
Maybe we signed up DZ. Maybe you're like, what the hell are you talking about right now? Well, maybe you had to tune in to GAC XDHMG Monday Madness Spaces late last night. Who's to say? Who's to know? Maybe you're not in the know, but maybe you will be soon. And I'll tell you what, I wanted to wanted to speak on some things here this morning. And no, I'm not giving you any sports bets. No, the mid-major king is not back. No, I'm not walking away from Diamond Hand Media Group and all of a sudden turning into a handicapper again. Sorry. But for those of you that don't know, you won't know. That is how I got my name. Cap and Colt is an ode to how I got my start in making content and how I started walking down this path that I finally find myself on. I currently find myself on. And, I realized that I learned an immense amount through sports gambling. I had met with so many high quality people and shook so many good hands, and I just listened and I asked a ton of questions because I didn't know a bunch about sports gambling when I first got into the industry. So I had to really learn from the ground up and ask people questions. And I actually had this show that was called Wise Words. And we would bring on a guest every single week, somebody from within the sports gambling industry, whether it was somebody at ESPN or Wager Talk or Sports Bet or anywhere in between. We would bring them on, or Bet TV or Sports Grid or whatever you want to talk, we would bring them on. And we wouldn't necessarily interview them. We'd get a little bit of their backstory at the beginning, but we wouldn't like dive down and do that traditional route. Why it was called Wise Words is because we would tap in with some of these guys and ask them where they failed, where they didn't do well in sports gambling, how they've corrected their mistakes. What's the common betting mistake? What's the best thing you could do when you're first getting started? What's the best thing you can do when you're really starting to win money? All these questions that the average bettor in Gen Pop that is going and betting a 20-leg parlay, put a pin in those parlays, we'll come back to that, has no idea about. So we wanted to be the ones that were providing that information. Well, obviously I stepped away from that. I no longer have Talking the Line. I don't do Wise Words. I don't do any of those things anymore. However, I still bet from time to time. I enjoy a nice college football sweat, a little college basketball action. Nothing like some NFL Sunday while your fantasy football team's playing too. Even $5 on a game is fun. It's just enjoyable to sweat it out, to watch the teams go back and forth, and ooh, I needed to cover by 3, and oh, baby, come on. It's just so much fun. But that all being said, I wanted to preface all of that so you know that I have a good amount of background in sports gambling if you're not aware of who I am. And yes, Cap is short for capping, short for handicapping sports picks. And that is exactly what I used to do. But I was having a conversation yesterday with a guy at the gym. Shout out Scotty, if you're tuned in live in primetime this morning, my man. You inspired my sharpening session this morning. We were talking about the Sunday game and the Texans and the Lions, and I was talking about how Vegas was involved in the line movement and the money and the bet percentages and all this stuff and yada, yada. And I could tell he was really starting to click on with it. And he was like, oh, shit, okay, I get it. And we were really starting to go down the rabbit hole. And after we had that conversation, and I gave him just some pro tips and some shit that I do and yada, yada, I went throughout my day, and yesterday afternoon, I was kind of sitting back thinking, and I was like, whoa, that makes sense with whoa, holy smokes. So if you don't know sports gambling, let me get you a little up to speed. When you go to a sports book, whether you're in a brick and mortar facility in Las Vegas or you go to DraftKings Sportsbook on your phone, there is something that is called the VIG. And the VIG is why you hear the old saying, Vegas always wins, or the house always wins. And VIG is basically what the books charge you, the sports books. If I say books, that's what I mean. It's what they charge you to take your action, to take your bet, to take your money. Most of the time, you will see something like a minus 115, a minus 110. So on $10, you're only going to get paid out about $9.25, maybe $8.90, right? You might say, Cap, what the hell? That sounds like a bullshit bet. Well, you get your wager back too. So you win your wager plus that money. However, they just skim that little bit off the top. Say, hey, we took your action. We gave you the opportunity to come play, to have a little bit of money on this game. You got to give us a little something. So even if every single bettor that shows up at a counter or shows up to the DraftKings Sportsbook app on a regular day, even if every single one of them wins, the books are still winning because
Got him!
right? Most people don't know that. Now, sometimes they'll offer you maybe a quick plus 100. And if you bet $10, you can get $10. Ooh, bam, they match your money at the plus 100. Maybe, usually, that's all you're going to get on a point spread, right? Anywhere from minus 120 to plus 100. So you're not going to really get much opportunity to make money there, right? You are going to make money, but it's not that big, grandiose payoff. So some people look at the money lines, but they know underdogs aren't good at winning. So they see a plus 140, plus 180, plus 200 dog. And we don't really like that. I don't really trust that underdog. But I think that dog can, I think he can cover that 6.5 points, they start to say to themselves. And they look and they say, but that 6.5 is at minus 115. I got to pay the book 15 cents just to make $1 for crying out loud. I don't like that whatsoever. So then they start looking through the lines and they say, do you see this other team at 3.5? They can't miss. Oh, do you see this other team at 4.5? Oh, yeah, I like them. Oh, minus 7. The Eagles are going to crush the Cowboys this week. Oh, I like them. And they start building these parlays. And they have all these legs, right? And if you don't know what a parlay is, right, let's say it's 6 different bets. Every single one of those bets has to hit in order for you to cash the entire thing and win. Whoa, that sounds crazy. Shit, I just want to hit one. Why do I got to go after all 6? Because it's juicy. It's sweet. It's scrumptious. When you put those 6 legs together, it might be plus 5,000 or longer odds. What does that mean? You bet $100, you're winning $5,000, $50,000. You are seeing some massive returns. Sometimes you can bet $5 and get a $700 return on some of these parlays. You say, whoa, 5 for 700, Cap, come on. Why you been holding out on it, brother? What's going on with you? Well, I'm here to tell you that parlays maybe aren't the way to play. And if you haven't drawn the lines in between the proverbial dots yet this morning, parlays are the short-term success of life. What everybody goes after. The things with the big juicy numbers. The meme coins or get rich quick or the genius. I guess what I did. Oh my gosh, look at me. And I thought the other day, most people get followers based off of something they don't know. We get followers around here based off who we are. And that's the difference between people who are going after long-term goals and people who are going after short-term goals. See, that short-term parlay is fun. It's nice. It's great. You win a little bit of dough, but it generally goes as fast as it came. Because then you start playing bigger and bigger parlays. Oh, I'm the man. I figured it out now. My $5 turned into $50. You play 5 of them and the whole $250, $300 bankroll is gone. What happened? What the hell? Oh, my goodness. What? Tie that in with life, right? But you go after these long-term plays. Even though you got to pay the house a little bit of money, you got to pay to play, huh? You keep stacking that VIG. What most amateur players cannot do, amateur bettors, is continue to stack the wins. They cannot start with a $100 bankroll and play $5 and $10 plays for a week straight. What, $5 and $10? I'm not getting anything off of that. Well, you look back after that week, you might have $200 to $300 compound interest. And then, wow, your bets can go to $10 to $15. And then you look back after that week and you've gone up. And then maybe the next week you have a bad week and your bets went up to 20 to 25. But the great part is that you still stayed within where you needed to be. You still stayed within that percentage, that 5 to 10 percentage points. So you didn't blow your whole load. You didn't lose your whole bankroll. That's the key with life. Keeping it consistent. Talking about the compound interest. the 5 to 10%, the 4 to 5 things, investing a little here, a little here, a little there, but not throwing all the eggs in one basket, not mortgaging the home saying, honey, I found it. I figured it out. Shitty poopy.xyz NFT. It's what's doing it, baby. Why do you think so many people got wrecked in the NFT space or Web3 or crypto? And why do you think we're still showing up here every single day talking about the things we are? Bitcoin, Grandpa Abe Country Club, investing the way we are. Because we're after these long-term goals. These might have to pay a little bit to play. But as we talked about last week on a video, those who are the most wealthy in this society do not care what it costs. They care what they get out of it. And that's what we're around here for. Long-term success, not short-term success. And I'll leave you with this. A great man once said, nobody knows shit. And that comes from the legendary Dave Sportsbook Consigliere Sharpening. And he says that over and over and over and over again. People will show up from this podcast to that show to this kingdom come, and they will tell you why this bet's gonna hit. They'll tell you why this home team's got the number. They'll tell you why the away team's the dog of the year. But at the end of the day, nobody knows shit. Nobody knows your story. Nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows exactly what you need to do to hit those long-term goals. So get after it. Go for it. Hit those long-term goals and leave the short-term shit at the door. Who's to say, who's to know? Swirl One, I'm tripping any triggers over there on the first topic of the show.
No, I didn't write anything down over here. I'm like, I better pull these notes in front of me. I might want to pull these notes in front of me because
shit. Oh boy. Like, hello.
I might not even get to them all, but I tell you, there was some great things you said there. And it's interesting and I thought about a lot of different things because I've been there. I truly understand what you're talking about. Now, I might not look at sports gambling the same way, but I understand the parlay. I understand the mentality of the parlay and why it's so exciting, right? And you talked about, hey, bringing people on a show. Let's talk to them, see how they're doing, see what they learn, see what they know. And a lot of times, you'll see people going, hey, what do you do for a living, right? Oh, what supercar they're in. And then they ask them the question, hey, well, tell me your advice you would give for somebody like me, or how would you give, a start to yourself if you had to go back and do it again? What about that? Well, no, some people should probably ask some better questions like, hey, how did you almost fail, or have you failed before? And when you did fail, what happened? How did you get yourself back on track? What did that look like, right? Instead of asking for their success, how did they stop when they were getting literally down that road, when they were losing all traction, when there was no way to stop the slide? What happens then, right? The thrill is in the process, and a lot of people will take that time when they're trying to build a plane on the way down to figure out, man, I've done this a couple times, I'm gonna fail, right? And then they finally realize, oh, it was that screw that needs to go right there, and boom, and that thing catches flight right before it hits the ground. Hey, it doesn't have to go far, it just has to make sure you don't hit the ground and go splat, right? As long as you can, you might be able to land it again, and you get another opportunity to take another flight. And that's what's amazing about this. Going back to the parlays, I understand the parlay. I get it. I understand why people like them. It's exactly what Capp said. Hey, if X and Y go together with Z, M, and P, all of a sudden, bam, I make ching, like a ton. Sometimes it is big money, 5,000, 50,000. That's why I like Keno. Keno's a great game. Hey, let me tell you right now, you got to sit there and press the button. A lot of times I'll press the button and just watch a game, and I won't win all night long. And people are like, how do you like this game? I'm like, I don't really have to think about it. Just kind of, I can enjoy the world around me and not have to get to, oh my gosh, has he got an ace under there? Or is this guy going to roll the right number? I can just sit there and press the button and just let life take care of itself, right? I don't have to stress. I don't have to watch it all the time. I don't have to worry about it. But the one thing about Keno that I'll tell you is when I hit my 8 out of 8, it's 10 grand, it's 40 grand, it's 60 grand. It's big money depending on what you put in there. You might only have $1. You might only have $2 or $3 in there. But let me tell you something. I've been down to $1, hit that button, and seen that thing say 3 grand, 5 grand, 7 grand all at once. And that's why they get excited. That's why parlay artists get pumped about it. They try to find all the most interesting legs that they think they can hit, right? And So here's the thing. Those people, including myself, in those situations, know that they're just one leg away from a win. Hey, I had 6 last week. If I had just said this instead of that, I thought about it, I just didn't do it, right? Or when I'm out there playing Keno, I always say the same thing. Hey, I use the same numbers everywhere because I'm going to get on a machine that's going to like those numbers, and I don't not want to be using them. When I go to hit that button and I pick some other number, and all of a sudden the numbers I always pick and play with hit. That's the worst feeling in the world. And I've seen people do that all the time. And Capp talking about taking a little bit of profit in Bitcoin. Hey, I get that. Take that profit. Just make sure you always leave yourself some, because the worst thing you can do is get to the end of your bag, realize you look back, man, I had 10 grand of that stuff. And then all of a sudden you see today and you look and you do the math, and it would have been 90,000. It would have been 80,000. It would have been whatever you might have now compounded. It's the worst feeling. So always leave yourself what they call the moon bag, if that's the case. And this goes proverbially into connecting the dots to your life, right? All those people know they can hit with just one extra leg, maybe one more button press. Why won't you? Why won't you press the button one more time? I mean, they think of money as credits. They know it comes and goes, right? They feed that little machine. They see the credits come up. They start pressing the button, and they start using them all the way to the very end. They're not going to waste one. If you ever seen somebody walk going, there's only $1 chip there, I'll go ahead and leave it. No. If there's a quarter in there, they're going to find a way to either bet it, add another $1, or run it out to zero. They don't ever leave anything in there, right? So what's going on with your currency that we give you every day? Are you literally betting all of it? Are you trying to win every single day? Are you putting together legs every day that will help you compound and get that 5x, that 5,000x? Yes, it might take a little while. And Keno, you won't hit every time. But hey, every time I press that button, I'm one more closer to a win. Every time I get up and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm one day closer to a win. I'm one day closer to getting that compound interest. I talked about it the other day. Simple little moves can get you compounding your own money without even thinking about it. You don't even know. And you're like, well, it's really not that much money, Swirl. You're telling me I could get this for $8, or I could get, this share or that stock or whatever. How is that going to help me? Well, let me ask you a question. If you don't have to run how it gets bought and it keeps buying itself, trust when I tell you, you're going to end up with something amazing. Why wouldn't that happen? Why wouldn't that happen if you're sitting there? That's why direct deposit works so good. That's why people with credit that have great credit, they always have that direct pay. Why? Because they don't have to think about it. It's automated. So start being the meme coin in your own life. Literally, it's time. You've got every day a ton of currency that you can use. You can invest it any way you want. You can make something crazy happen with that. And just like Capp was talking about with the Bitcoin, hey, $5 a day, every day, or every week, you'd be surprised what that would have done over the last 2 or 3 years. I guarantee it.
Who's to say? Who's to know? But man, so much good stuff there. I got tons of great notes too. I've been buying into Bitcoin since it was at 19K, and everybody was freaking out, and it dipped down, and the bear market started, man. We entered the bear market together, man. Like we were rocking and rolling when it was high tide at the OK Corral, and we were loving it, buying NFTs at 4,600 ETH. Fucking Bitcoin was at 30. We're thinking, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. We can't even believe it. And then pulled the rug right out from underneath us. Most people ran home. Most people went away. Most people didn't DCA. Most people couldn't keep believing and saying, you know what, this is what I bought into. This is what I've done. I'm going to have to ride out one of the hardest times of my life, but I know the opposite side is going to be so fucking sick. I know how close we are to brand new lives. Anybody that has been betting on us since the beginning, back in 2021, when we all just first started meeting each other to where we are now, I'm telling you, it is bar none. And yeah, when you buy in at 19 and then to 30 and then it jumps to 50 and you realize you've made some profits and you got a massive event coming up, wow, let me fucking take a little bit of profit so this isn't as hard as me. Fuck, I'm going to leave a little bit of this over here. I'll come back to this when I'm ready again, when I got my funds in a good spot. I got to do some events. I got to make some shit happen. I got to move some things over here, but I still got my bag. We're still good. Oh, shit. Hey, guess what? I'm in a great spot. I've been sitting on some fiat for a while. Let me go buy that now. Let me go take care of that action. And most people are thinking, oh, the retail investors are coming now. My friends, the retail investors ain't even woke up yet. They ain't even thought about Bitcoin yet. There ain't a retail investor in the world that even gives a damn about what's going on right now. It is only the Michael Saylors and the people who have been believing in Bitcoin from the rip, like Swirl, like me, like Deez, like everybody who's around here. There's few people that really are actually understanding what's going on right now. So don't get it twisted. This is the beginning, my friends. And why don't you press the button? I love what you talked about, just pressing the button one more time, smashing that, pulling the old crank wheel on the old doggone slot machine one more time. You know, people are so addicted to sports gambling and betting in general, and it's such a crazy addiction to watch. And if you've ever been in a sports book on, especially like an NFL Sunday, holy shit, or March Madness in Vegas, oh my gosh, you want to see just pure pandemonium? Go to a sports book during March Madness. Watch all the different jerseys running in, and the moment that one screen goes, you look over here, and one group of people are just fucking tearing up their motherfucking tickets, throwing them the fuck away. The other group of, wow, did you see that? Whoa, let's fucking go. You just got all these different personalities and what the hell's going on. But guess what? No matter what, whatever side, if they won or if they lost, both of those chicken suckers are going back to the window. Both of those chicken suckers. Okay, what'd I miss? What was good? The one guy's thinking, oh, I'm the smartest motherfucker in the world. I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. The other one's thinking, okay, that was a loss. How do I turn it into a lesson? What do I got to do? What did I miss there? Tie it into life, baby. Become that addicted to your goals. Become that obsessed with your goals, like a fucking crack addict gambler who's mortgaging the house just in hopes that the Chiefs hit -3.5 this week, -6.5 this week, and the Broncos fucking take them out, or they take the Broncos out, but the Broncos cover the spread 16-14. Think about that. Oh, everybody in their doggone brothers. You believe in the Kansas City Chiefs so much to cover that 6.5, to win by a touchdown, and you can't even believe in yourself to write a fucking pros and cons list. You can't even believe in yourself to put a date next to your dream and turn it into a goal. You can't even sit down for a second and start putting down some actionable steps behind that goal to turn it into a plan. And you can't stay addictive enough to show up every day with obsession, determination, and drive to turn that plan into your reality. Yet you can show up every fucking day and keep hammering those bets in, keep fucking throwing money at some bullshit stock, keep fucking buying Starbucks and helping them grow and build their brand. But you can't build your own brand. You can't find that same addiction and obsession in your own life. Wow. It's like the system controls us. It's like the Matrix has designed it that way. And if you can just simply see through, you might understand the secrets to this life, baby. Clip that shit.
I love that.
What the hell happened right there?
You're all fired up, bro. And I love it. And you're right. Because some people out there, and I'm going to tell the tale of two Web3 people right now. Are you ready for this? This will be a little bit of fun for us. So I'll take you down the tale of a man who owned a bunch of apes, got them at a lot of real low number. Got a bunch of them bored ones, had a whole bunch of them. Matter of fact, his name's like, hey, I had 50 of them or something, right? Was killing it. Couldn't stay convicted to his goal. Ended up saying, you know what? This ain't going nowhere. I'm getting rid of it all. Lost everything he had. Got rid of all of that. Ended up going a little woke mind virus, right? And all of a sudden now, no apes to talk about. Nothing to get back with. Nothing like that at all. Let me give another one. Man ends up with a lot of money of a small cryptocurrency. Everybody thinks, man, you need to sell. Guy's killing it. Slum Doge millionaires. Let's talk about him real quick.
Hey,
all the way up to $3 million the last go around. It was like, you should have sold whatever, and lost a girlfriend. Was Saturday Night Live made fun of him. Everybody, the whole world made fun of this guy because he held on to his Doge. Didn't do anything with it. Didn't sell it or nothing. Hey, he kept staying convicted during that entire area of the bear market. He kept buying. So now when the bull market started, he had so much more than he had before. He's already today halfway to where he was at the end of last bull market. So he's laughing all the way to the bank. And I'll tell you, he even put it up on his story. The best thing you can do to haters is just be successful. Stay committed. You can do that. Everything in your life is available for you to do that. Now, here's something I wrote down too. And it's, and I talk about this all day. You want to build some confidence. Let me tell you this. Walk in your life tomorrow and realize or visualize yourself with no car payments. Visualize yourself with a 700 plus credit score. How about visualizing yourself with no credit card debt? How about having 6 figures in the bank while that's all happening? Maybe you have a 6-month emergency fund in true cash at that. Maybe you have $100,000 in your Roth IRA. Maybe you have a couple streams of income. Maybe you could claim that. Maybe that could be the goals you write down today and you start working towards that. Because I'll tell you right now, the people that are going ahead and buying Bitcoin at this point in time, they've been buying it for a while because the retail investors aren't out there. They've been betting on themselves for a long time when nobody else said this stuff could ever happen. And I promise you this, later on in time, when all these people, you're going to be surprised how many of us there are, because I started buying Bitcoin when it went down to 3,000. Yeah, I've been holding on to it for a long time. And I keep telling him, it doesn't matter if it's up, down, or not. I just keep buying because I just know no matter if it's at 100,000 or at $10, I have this much and they can't take that much from me. The fiat doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter to me. So when 2027 or 2028 hits and I try to go and buy a Lambo, it's going to be funny because Lambo's going to have a sign that says we're all out of Lambos. Hashtag Bitcoin.
I need a new Huawei Lambo. I need a new Huawei Benzo. I need a new Huawei Lambo.
And I'm not even going to buy a Lambo. Well, I might because I knew Revucto's pretty fire.
There was a video. I'm probably going to post today. Who's say, who's no. It's this older gentleman with his wife in a speedboat, and it's probably got a V20 in the back of that son of a bitch. I'm like all chromed down there, down the lake, and then all of a sudden he loses control and just ramps that fucker over straight right. And I was just going to title it, "No one will know that I was rich from Bitcoin, but there will be signs."
Yeah, there will be signs.
Oh shit, man, dude, I love it. To you, that last little thought you were talking about there too. No debt. How do you view you, man? And how are you viewing yourself in this world? And just think about that abundance or scarcity. I was actually in this mindset yesterday, right? Like just bebopping around town. I was out. I was moving. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I got $40,000 in student loan debt still. Oh yeah, I mean, I had 75, so I've been paying that bitch off. Most motherfuckers get to 50 and they still ain't even figured that fucking shit out how to pay it off. I don't have a mountain of credit card debt anywhere. I utilize my credit cards very wisely. I have a business that's going and flowing. I got some other areas that I'm really trying to continue to improve. And 3 times now I've had a chance to invest wisely and I fucked it up every single time. And now I'm finally looking at time number 4, like, okay, let me not fuck this up, right? And, what are you putting into your body? How are you moving? How are you, yesterday I was just listening to some Key Glock and, swear you just get in that Key Glock zone and you balling and feeling good and life's great. And I'm out here making plays, getting it. And I started getting into the thought of like, damn, I used to operate like this. Like we're balling, we're making moves. Even if I was balling on a budget, like I'm out here making, I'll burn out the drinks, whatever. Like I was just always operating in that abundance. And I moved a little bit to scarcity and started listening to country music and some of that country vibes and them low down. Oh, honey, I missed you so much. You came back into my life. Oh, honey. If you play a country song backwards, you know what happens, Swirl One? You get your dog back. Your girlfriend comes home. You aren't broke again. And all of a sudden you got 3 horses back in your front yard. I mean, I'm telling you what, are you moping around town? Here I go again. I'm drinking 1, I'm drinking 2. I got my heartache medication. Even if you're singing it happy, you can't be happy. You're thinking about getting to the end of the work week. The man literally sings in that song, John Party, the first line, same old dive, same old bar, same old end of the work week drink. Bartender knows my name. What? no, thank you. I'm good on that. I'm not trying to live the same life on repeat over and over and over again, paycheck to paycheck, hoping that something's going to happen, doing the same thing over and over again and thinking that I'm not insane. I don't know, man. Am I making sense over there? I don't know. Shit was just tripping in my doggone head.
Oh, you're making sense. You're absolutely making sense. And I tell you, people, that's why they buy Powerball tickets, because it's the same thought process. They want to get that big win. They think it's going to fix everything, but they can't even bet on themselves every single day to make sure that their $5 they have stays nice and healthy, right? That's where the problem comes through. So if they can't get up and keep pushing the button every day, even when they lose or when they screw up, because I tell you, a gambler's life, or what you're talking about with the parlays, all that, buddy, there's more L's than dubs. But when you get that dub, that's why it's 5,000 to 1, because you might have played or pushed the button 3,000 times to get that 5,000 to 1. It might have happened, but you know what? They always operate in the, hey, it got me ahead, it got me there, or it could be that next one. I could hit that button, and tomorrow might be the day. For a lot of people, the last 20 days has been great, especially watching Bitcoin. I'm one of them. Let me tell you, watching this portfolio go up with what I have in there is amazing. And it's funny because I always believed this was going to happen, but every time you hit that 68 or 70 and it would never hit, and everybody's like, and then they would go back down to 30 or 50. And then, it's just one of those things. Well, hey, I was buying at 3, I was buying at 60, I was buying at 75. What about your life? Hey, I got up and had to go to work when I was 20. I had to go to work when I was 30. I had to go to work when I'm 60. Hold on. We got to start looking at that different. Maybe if you start investing strong in your life right now, you won't have to worry about buying when you're 60.
Bruh.
We're going to be here for 2 hours talking about this topic. I'm
just saying, dude.
No, the last job I had, I was a BDM, business development manager, over a SoCal territory for a SaaS company, software as a service. And I was racking in the fucking dough, man. I mean, I was making 6 figs, uncapped commish. I was easy dough, baby. We were making calls. We were connecting. I didn't ever have to leave this desk. I was running Cali like it was my fucking job. It was. I didn't know shit. I was just out there loving life. But I had no fulfillment. And day after day after day after day, I would get on the phone with some 60-plus guy that had been with the company forever and ever and ever. And it was the same story. Knuckles dragging, woe is me, blah, 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 misery. And I just kept looking at it like, I can't live this way. This just doesn't make sense to me. Let me work like this for the next X amount of years and never be able to break out or understand anything or really get a true perspective. And I'm just going to stay inside the 4 walls like this and just be following somebody else's. This does not make any fucking sense to me. I need to break out of these 4 walls and start figuring out my own path, figuring out how to invest. If I would not have taken that leap of faith, I would not know the things I know today. I would still be a retail bullshit investor. I would not have the portfolio I do. I mean, I'm at a nice round 10 on the old FBTCs too. I'm pretty fucking happy where those are too. And I was not buying when they were high. I kept buying when they were when it first opened at 33, shot up, and then it sat at 42 forever and ever and ever. You think I just sat there and wrung my hands and said, oh, gosh, I hope it goes back up? No, I just kept saying, you know what I mean? I like a nice round 10. I think that would be nice and sweet. And they're saying that fucking thing is going to be very similar to gold one day. And I'm okay waiting 10 to 20 to 30 years for that to happen. Because probably by that time, Diamond Handsville is going to be flourishing. We're going to be out here whipping the old McLarens through the mountains of some beautiful reserve. And we're just going to be out here living life singing, tonight the music seems so loud. I wish
I could use this crowd. Baby, it's better this way.
We hurt each other with the words we want to say. We could have been so good together. We could have made this last forever.
Yeah. Please stay. That was solid.
Rendition,
We're about to take this shit on the
bro,
road, bro.
We're gonna have to. Hey, we're gonna have to start charging an admission or something around here. Holy shit!
Call it, instead of wham, we'll call it blam.
That's pretty good. I like what we're thinking here. Hey man, 55 minutes till the top of the hour. Look at this. What a conversation. And it all started on lessons learned from sports gambling. Who's to say, who's to know? Hope you guys enjoyed the start of the show. Your sharpening session is officially a wrap. No mas, no more. Paper, plastic, put a bow on that son of a bitch. We got plenty more, though, coming your way, my friends, today. And before we get into the reaction refinery, let's see if these videos are working well. Let's see how this old morning laugh's going on. We got 368 live concurrent viewers here. Shout out to each and every one of you beautiful humming beings starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel, baby. Let's get a little laugh before we get into the second segment of the day, and also a little video test. Top Goodwill finds, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, one time for the one time. Oh, yeah, they're working, baby. Come on.
Okay.
He just slides that.
It'll be all right.
How are you?
Is that going to be it for you?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I'm doing good. Would you like to round that one cent up?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
What is this?
What is this?
Decoration.
Decoration.
I really. I'm like. So you're doing card, right?
Yeah, just card. Because it like spins. You see how it spins on the. But like it doesn't got a bottom.
Doesn't have a bottom. I think you could do something with it, though.
Oh man. Hey,
Oh,
it spins.
oh. Just puts it there. Just slides. Bro, just the opening. Hold on. Just watch this fucking opening one more. Just look at this opening one more time. It's just a fucking. One more time. One more time. It gets you every time. An old buddy right there. He's like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I know what you're fucking doing.
He's like, oh hell no. This guy found this thing in aisle 3. Kind of sick. Fuck you.
Oh my god. Ooh. I'm so glad that video worked better this time. It hits when it's not.
It was probably in home decor or maybe.
Ooh. You know what this does? It doesn't have a bottom. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Ooh, I'm sorry. Nightstand decoration or
viewers. Look at that. They like okay.
Or butt plug. We gained 2 viewers. Hey, we were at 368. We're at 370. We gained 2 viewers. You sick fucks. You sick bastards. You were just scrolling through the X timeline and saw a butt plug and you said, oh, I better tune into this show. You sick fucks. I know how you operate, you sick sons of bitches. Get your head out of the
Go all the way.
Shout out Chris Berman.
All right, my friends. That's good. A little mid-show laugh. That's nice right there. I like that one time for the one time. Almost a brand new hour, my friends. So no more hesitation, no more delay. Time for your second segment of the day. You know the vibes. So I went a little early. It's your reaction refinery.
I'm still out.
also laughing at fucking Ken Buckler and his mind. Do you think that we'll eventually see country songs where a self-driving pickup truck leaves him because country artists
buy them Teslas out here, son.
We ain't got none of them electric vehicles out here. We like that good old diesel fuel. Who's to say? Who's to know? Holy shit, that was good, Ken. Shout out to you. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings live in prime time in the chat, man. I see all you guys. Whether you're on X, whether you're on Rumble, whether you're on YouTube. If you got a question, you got a thought, you got some perspective final segment of the day. We always like to dive into the live chat, so feel free to drop it in there. We'll pop it up on the screen a little bit later. But let's get into some clips and see what we got to talk about today. I think me and Swirl going to have some good insights stirred up here. Who's to say, who's to know? Bye. But the first clip we get into features a man who has been featured on this show before. He is a young man that I get a lot of inspiration from. He is a thought provoker, a businessman, an entrepreneur, a community builder, a stone cold killer in today's economical sphere. The one and only Mr. Luke Belmar, here to tell us about the illusion of freedom. Oh shit, I forgot it's not up there. My bad, everybody. I'm a little backwards. I forgot I got to put the video up. Fuck, sorry. Hold on. Pause for dramatic effect. Oh, shit. Sorry. I was like, Deezy, why didn't you hit the video?
I'm laughing here. I can't help it.
Fuck, this has been something. Welcome to live podcasting, baby. Here we go. Live show, one time for the one time. Hey, you never know which way we're going to go. Now, the illusion of freedom.
Begin to study history, you begin to realize during the feudal age, when the peasants kind of worked on the land of the feudal kings, the feudal lords, they only worked 140 days out of the year. The other 200 days they chilled. They didn't work. They went to the creek, they went to the river, they f***ed around. Half of the year they couldn't, work on the land because it was snowing, X, Y, and Z. So today we work more than the peasants. Most people work more than the peasants used to and have less to show for it. They have no land, they have no house, they have nothing. It's the illusion of freedom. Back in the day, you at least knew you were a slave. You knew it. You had to buy your freedom. Today, you don't know you're a slave. Instead of cracking a whip, they've just printed money out of thin air and told you it's valuable and this is what you're supposed to work your entire life for.
What? What's up?
Bruh.
Perfect time for the Matrix background to make an appearance.
Yeah, where's Michael Saylor when we need him? People who keep their money in fiat, we call them.
Oh, where's Michael Saylor when we need him? Where's fucking Michael Saylor when we
But
need
like
him?
most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use
Come on.
fiat
Get your ass up.
currency
Yeah.
as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor.
Hey.
People that use
Come on.
fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor.
This has tax house.
We call them poor.
Tax house, baby.
There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. 100%. That's what he's saying right there. I mean, he's absolutely right about that. We've been talking about your time for a long many moons. We've been doing this. We've been talking about what are you doing with your time? Everybody in the past, hey, they work every day 9 to 5. Then they go home and they don't do anything. You only get the weekends. You don't even go to the stream. You don't even go hunting. You don't do nothing. You just sit at home and go and feed me more, see more, right? That's not how this is in this world. That's why we say, hey, get what you got to get done. Invest in yourself. You need that time. Currency is time. That's what it is. That money doesn't mean that's literally a trade-off. They're handing you a paper note for your time, for your life. That's crazy to me. How are you going to put a monetary value on that, especially depending on what you're doing? If you're hanging out with your kids, you think $20 an hour is going to be enough to pull you away? I'm just saying, we got to start thinking about that. Break free of the matrix. Stop looking in this damn thing all the time. Stop doing all the things that we keep talking about. Stop saying stupid shit. Turn off the propaganda. Start getting into your own life and invest on yourself. Hit the button again today.
Damn straight. I've been seeing this video make its rounds around X and Reels and TikTok. And it's this chick, and she says, do you realize that we work 6 months out of the year just to cover our taxes? And then the other 5 months out of the year, we work just to meet our basic necessities. And then we get 1 month to save as much as possible or possibly actually do something. And we end up wasting that 1 month of value because we usually spend it watching Netflix or fucking sitting and watching a football game or whatever it might be. So literally we are working to fund a life that we don't even like, we don't even enjoy, and we're just funding some government that we never even see or get any direct benefits from on a daily basis. So maybe, whoa, fuck, maybe break out of those systems, start investing like the ones who are at the top of the systems, stop being stupid and chasing all the fucking quick little hits here, there, and everywhere, maybe pay a little bit to play a little bit, and watch how that compound interest starts to build up upon itself. I mean, this right here is the doggone opening topic of the day, for crying out loud. I mean, how crazy is that those peasants used to have so much more freedom than we do, and they knew they were slaves. They knew they were working. We don't even know. We just get this, oh, that new blue C note, baby. Oh, look at that Benjamin. Ooh, I love that so much. Oh, it's the best thing ever. Well, it doesn't even have any value.
And they're making so much more of it too.
And they can just, old Jerome Powell, turn them on, baby. The money printers go, and it's about to start happening sooner rather than later.
And if you're in crypto, just imagine a contract where you're buying a meme coin, and you go to buy the meme coin, and they're like, hey, this is worth this much, and this is how many we're gonna have. But then in a couple of days, like, oh, by the way, we changed our mind. We're gonna print another trillion of these. Wait a minute. What does that mean with mine? Well, you still have yours. Don't worry. You still got yours. Well, but wait a minute. But you're giving another trillion out. Do I get any of those? Oh, no. You don't get any of those. We're going to give them to other people. But wait. So if I want to get more, what do I got? Well, you're going to have to go and earn some more of those things. Okay. That's not fair. And then guess what happens in a year? They print more.
Wait, why does this keep devaluing my asset?
What if they keep minting the NFT for perpetual life forever?
Why does this keep devaluing my asset?
Oh, dear. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe it's the time to stop storing your wealth in stores of fiat currency and get them over into some good crypto gold.
Gold is the new Bitcoin.
Huh?
Somebody
That shit
told me
ain't
that
what?
Gold is a new Bitcoin. I'm like, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Nothing will ever be Bitcoin. Just so you're aware. Yeah. Oh, and just so you know, once they find a way to harness gold from out there in the firmament somewhere, they will grab one of those rocks and bring it in, and then don't worry about the gold price. It's
don't you worry about that at all. Who's to say, who's to know? There was a post. Imagine Berkshire, Apple, and Microsoft all buying at the same time because they know they can't stay out of the game. While MicroStrategy is trying to deploy $42 billion and the U.S. acquiring 1 million BTC for its strategic Bitcoin reserve. Not $1 million. Bitcoin. 1 million BTC.
Greedy. They're not going to stop at 1 million. They're going to keep going. So,
can you spell supply shock?
There's only 21 million of these damn things. Just
and by 2034, they're not going to be fucking made anymore. And you're just going to get fucking I don't know. Just saying. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friends, we have a few more clips to react to on this here morning show. So let's dive into the second one of the day. And we go back to another man we've seen a few times here on this show. Well, actually, his program and what he does. Going to the school of hard knocks, my friends. And this morning, we're going to hear about the most common mistake.
Is the most common mistake that you see business owners make?
One word, fear. See it all around you. People get a little bit of success and they get some momentum and then they freeze and they're afraid. They're afraid to take that next step. They're afraid of failure. Fear is a huge, huge culprit that derails us as individuals, or it can derail corporations at the same time. The antidote to fear is confidence, and Harvey Mackay, he gave me 3 words that he uses: prepare to win. You want confidence? Preparation is what will give you confidence. Tom Brady didn't walk into a football game without preparing. He watched tape after tape after tape. He was more prepared than anybody else on the field. Preparation gives you confidence. Confidence overcomes fear. That's the secret.
Bro, I just said that. I just went back to my notes in here and I literally said that. I would rather, instead of planning, I would rather be prepared for something, because that's the thing. When I'm prepared for anything, nothing can knock me off my game. It can't stop me. I might plan for something when the plan doesn't go wrong or plan goes wrong. I don't have another plan. That doesn't help me. But when I'm prepared for anything, I don't need a plan. I'm just going to make it happen. I love that. That right there. We've talked about it so many times, man. Just the fear of moving forward, the fear of more accountability is what it comes to. When they're getting some momentum and things are about to happen, like, oh my gosh, this happens. I might be successful. That means I might have to hire someone. That means I might have to do this. I might have to learn this. I don't know. It's too much. Let me stop before I get to that point.
More money, more problems. And they don't want the more problems. See, I'll enjoy the more problems. That's why most people don't find more and more success in this life. They get a little goo-wop. They made it through a little fire and flame, and they say, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm going to stay on these, rest on these laurels. Let's wait right here. Wow, that was so fucking hard just to get here. Imagine if I had to go through that all over again. Oh, imagine if I failed. And once I got to here, oh my goodness, well, how many times did they fail on the way just to get in that first big payday? And now, oh, I can't fail. Well, maybe you should just switch that mindset to, I don't ever want to get back there. I don't ever want to go back to where I came from. I know how low I was. I know how much struggle and toil and strife that it took me just to become this version of myself. I'm going to keep working so fucking hard. I'm never going back that direction. And if that's your mindset, then all that's going to happen is go up. All you're going to do is keep going up and up and up and up and up. As long as you don't stop, you just go up. You finally hit the million, then you hit the 10 million, then you hit the 20 million, then you hit the 100 million, then you hit the fucking 500. You just keep fucking going. And most people don't wake up to all of this shit until they're on their deathbed and say, damn, I didn't pursue what I was supposed to pursue. And now here I am leaving my family with a mountain of fucking debt. They're going to have to sell my house just to fucking cover it. And they're going to get smoked on taxes because they're selling something that's not under a family trust, because I never learned how to put it into a trust and protect my family once I did pass on to the next life. Wow. Imagine if there was a place teaching people how to do that shit, Swirl One.
God, I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Imagine if there was a whole network of people who were already applying these things and just had your back to help you get there too. Could you imagine?
Man, I would think those kind of people would hold each other up too.
We don't only hold each other up. I don't know. Who's to know? I don't know. Who's to know? But we get into the third clip of the day, my friends. And we say hello to another man. Well, two men actually, but one of them's not going to really be speaking. The one man we've seen, I don't know, a time or two on the show. The other man we've seen to a time or two on the show as well. The one man tells you, stay hard. He is the one and only David Goggins. But we won't be hearing from him today. He's just reacting to what the legendary Dr. Andrew Huberman is here to tell us about this morning. See, my friends, we talked about this here on an episode of Guava and Spams a long time ago. If Doc Dick Doofus is in the chat, he'll know exactly where this is going, because we talked about this when he was on a show. So, my friends, Dr. Andrew Huberman here to tell us about the will to live.
I don't know this, but there's a brain structure called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. What's interesting about this brain area is there are now a lot of data in humans, not some mouse study, showing that when people do something they don't want to do, like add 3 hours of exercise, it's not about adding more work, it's about adding more work that you don't want to do. This brain area gets bigger, is smaller in obese people. It gets bigger when they diet. It's larger in athletes. It's especially large or grows larger in people that see themselves as challenged and overcome some challenge. And in people that live a very long time, this area keeps its size. In many ways, scientists are starting to think of the anterior mid-cingulate cortex not just as one of the seats of willpower, but perhaps actually the seat of the will to live.
I've heard of this. I've heard of that. And I tell you what, there's been people out there where the study literally happens where they get obese, they get depressed, they stop leaving their house, all that. And then there's something in their brain that literally loses the will to live. So the rest of their body follows and they die that way. I've actually heard of this. It's so crazy to me that people will let themselves get to that point. And I'm telling you, you got to speak positive things to your life every day, because your body will respond to negative 7 times quicker than any positive you have. And he's saying exactly that. You have to keep the will to live. You have to put things in front of you that allows you to get excited excited about this life. It's where people go wrong. They bump through the guardrails of life every single day, just wondering, when am I going to find the end? When they don't understand, the fun is the guardrail. The fun is bouncing off and finding your stream of life in there, trying to find the lane. That's where it's at. It's not, hey, when I get to the end, because when we get to the end, we're all going to die. So we might as well enjoy everything. Enjoy this damn journey. Have fun.
You mean to tell me, man, that overcoming challenges, turning trials and tribulations into triumphs, losses into lessons, obstacles into opportunities, and failures into brand new chances to flourish is what gives you the will to live? You mean to tell me that standing at the fork in the road and looking left and it's rainbows, puppy dogs, ice cream, and unicorns, and you look right and it's nothing but muck and mire in the valley of the shadow of death. If you choose to go right, you're telling me that's what gives me the will to live? Not some riding on a unicorn, licking an ice cream cone, living in doofy Duberland. I mean, holy shit. Can you believe it? Wow, that's crazy. Who's to say, who's to know? And the only way you overcome the I don't want us is just by continuing to go forward. And my goodness gracious, the I don't want us are literally, if you can overcome them, what gives you the will to live. Holy fuck. If you can get up in the morning and continue to overcome your I don't want, can I just go back to bed? I don't want to pay the bill. What if I don't make the money back? I don't want to make that phone call. It's going to be such an uncomfortable conversation. If you make it through all of those, maybe, just maybe, you might keep having the will to live. Who's to say? Who's to know? But, my friends, we have one more clip here on the second segment of the day. And this one, this one's going to take a little thought. This one's going to take a little thinking about. So I need you to have your thinking caps on nice and tight one time for the one time. As we say hello to a legend, Mr. Simon Sinek. I don't think we've ever had Simon on this show.
He's awesome.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Simon Sinek, as he tells us this morning how we build trust.
Don't realize that we don't build trust by offering help. We build trust by asking for it. And say that again. We don't build trust by offering help. We build trust by asking for it.
Damn.
And
why is that?
Because it's your example. And I'm sure everyone in this room has had this experience where someone was in pain, didn't call you for fear of bothering you, or interrupting you. You're a busy person. A friend of mine went through something. He wasn't completely out of it, but he was doing better. And I'm like, haven't talked in a couple of weeks. And he sort of like slowly started to say, I've been struggling. And I said, why didn't you call me? He says, I didn't want to bother you. And my immediate reaction was, you asshole. How dare you be so selfish to deny me the honor of being there for you in your time of
showing up for you.
And that's what it is.
We build trust by asking for help. Isn't that interesting? You know, me and Swirl didn't just wake up one day and the J&J weekend getaway was on our laps and okay, here we go. We're just going to go after it. You know, I had this idea and thoughts festering and burning and melting on my soul. And damn, we could do some shit, but I don't know who the hell I'm going to do this with and whatever. So I asked Swirl for some help. And I said, what do you think, man? What could we do? We could go in this direction. And then inevitably, when I came across roadblocks or wherever, I would just ask Swirl for help. And then now when he gets into situations, he knows he can ask me for help because we've built that relationship that, man, if I just need anything, I just got to ask. And DZ, it's the same exact way. And it's the same way for the Diamond Ham fam. We have built trust for saying who needs help. What do we got to do? Where do we got to go? How do we help you go forward? You don't build trust by, going and doing things. Maybe it's sometimes just asking and people realizing that you believe in them and building that belief in them. So when they get to their inevitable shit of life, they know exactly who they can reach out to. And the more you just open up, that phone is a two-way street, man. This phone works both motherfucking ways. You could pick that sucker up and call, dial anytime you want. Maybe that person is waiting for your call. And maybe that's the exact thing that they needed to help keep them pushing forward. Who's to say, who's to know?
I'm telling you, bro, I love that because he's definitely right. All the things that I can do in my life, I can do only so much without the help of my friends. I've got a lot of talents. I got a lot of energy. I got a lot of things I can get done, but there's times where I need a team lift. There's times where I don't know all the answers, or I haven't seen this, or I need some help in some way or another. And I don't mind asking for help. That to me, I'd rather ask for help than be lost. I'm not one of those people that's going to be, oh, I'm not asking for help. I'm not asking for directions. Are you kidding me? Time is valuable. Time is currency. And every minute I'm lost is a day that I'm not on my path. So if I got to ask for help from Capp or Motion or somebody, then guess what? I'm going to ask for that help. I'm not going to lose anything by gaining some knowledge from somebody else. As a matter of fact, the more I trust in other people to guide me the right way, the more I can trust myself to make the right decisions.
I like those thoughts. Shout out Swirl One. There is your second segment of the day, my friends. Your reaction refinery. Shout out to Luke Belmar, the School of Hard Knocks, Dr. Andrew Huberman, and the one and only Mr. Simon Sinek. We appreciate the hell out of you, amazing humming beans. Fantastic gentlemen, helping us get a little additional insights going and flowing here today. But my friends, it's time to get into the third and final segment of the day. It's time to start wrapping this bad boy up. But first, we got to dive into the live chat. We got to see what the people have got to say. We got to see what's been burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul all show long. So without any further hesitation or delay, let's get right into it. Baby, it is your Answers from the Anvil. Alrighty then, my friends. We're back live in prime time for your final segment of the day here on episode 609. And this is where we see what the people have been saying. Whether it's perspective, whether it's an additional question, whether it's something in between. If you dropped it in the live chat, we'll pop it up on the screen and we'll give you some thoughts on it and maybe just say, hey, hi. How you doing? So without further ado, we got Mr. Producer ready to rock and roll. We've been shifted up. The first comment is on the screen from Mr. Jared Albright. GM, everyone. Great morning right back to you, Jared. Appreciate you being live in prime time, good sir. Mr. Damascus Oglesby, GM, Jeff. Hope you're having a fantastic start to the day in Missouri, baby. Angel SD, what's up, Mr. Peruero? Hope you're having a fantastic lift this morning. Great morning to you. Mama Cap live on Rumble. Great morning, F&F crew. Great morning, Mama Cap. Great to see you, a.k.a. Kim Jones. Who's to say, who's to know? Our man, the rightful king, Sargon, Malka, sup. Digging the beat. Well done, Swirl One. In reference to a little coffee with light cream and sugar to kick off the show. Who's to say, who's to know? The DHMG's resident silverback gorilla, Mr. Motion, a.k.a. Mr. Michelin, a.k.a. Shane Harper. Great morning, family. Great morning to you, my brother. I see you paying dues while you're listening to Forge and Fuel. Brian Live Dog Livingston, GM Diamond Handers. Great morning to you, my brother. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Tuesday up there in New Jersey. Mr. E, great morning, brother. Hope the rich coast is still treating you well. Great morning to you. Happy Taco Tuesday. Hey, have a couple tacos out there in Costa Rica. I bet they're pretty good down there one time for the one time. Mr. G. Lou and Mrs. G. Lou, great morning to the both of you. We hope you're having a great start to your day down there in AK. Oh, damn, man. I'm a poet. Now you really know it. Bella Rossi, great morning. Or is it AR? Is Arkansas AR? AK.
It is AR. It is AR.
Oh, well, I was close. Who's to say, who's to know? What's AK? Alaska?
Alaska.
Oh, well, it ain't in Alaska. Who's to say, who's to know? Bella Rossi, the beautiful Mama Wabel Snow. Great morning, Miss Snow. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in live in prime time. Mr. Oglesby says, if you're betting on a football game, you analyze everything. If offense does this and defense does that and special teams does this, they'll win. We need to do that in life. Ooh, analyze your offense, analyze your defense, analyze your special teams.
Yeah.
What do they say? Are you playing well in all three phases of the game? Mentally, physically, financially. Shout out Jeff Oglesby. If I open my eyes tomorrow, I do this. If I can get out of bed, I'll do this. And so on. I can win.
I'll quit tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'll quit tomorrow. Shout out, Mr. Oglesby. We appreciate you. Derek Snow, live in primetime, says, great morning, Colton Swirl. Why do you think people are so quick to bet on everything around them but themselves?
That's easy because they've never earned a thing in their damn life. They think everything comes easy. They think, hey, if I buy this Powerball ticket, I'll be rich. They stop trying to put their dreams in front of them and working towards them. At one point, somebody told them, oh, you can't do that, and they believed it.
So I was going to say, they don't believe in themselves. They simply just don't believe in themselves. And they believe in the TV. They believe in influencers. They believe in so many other people because they've been told to believe in them, because they bring some talent. But I said it earlier, most of these influencers or whatever, somebody who's made it on social media, they've gained all those followers from something they're not. They put on a mask. They've created a facade. They hide behind a profile, whatever it is. We gain followers, we grow for who we are and exactly what we do. And that's why it's a little slower. You don't see a moonshot and all of a sudden, holy shit, Capp and Swirl at 50,000 followers. What the hell happened? Oh, it's a little 65, 75, because people aren't following us based on hype and clout. They're following us based on true, real fucking value. And that's why I also think people can't bet on themselves, because they know they provide no value to this life. So they go bet on somebody who actually has some value that maybe can give them a little return on their investment. Whew. Don't do that. Start betting on you. Shout out, D's. Great question, man. Mr. Marconi live on X. Holy shit. Great morning, Marconi. GM, right back at you, legend. We appreciate you. Thanks for being live in the chat this morning. JK, big time. Instead of using your office printer to print out reports, start buying a boring business that prints. One life to live it well. Oh, I like the way you think. Boring businesses print. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out JK big time. Grammy P, great morning, GP. Great morning, family. Blessings to all, she says. Blessings right back your way, GP. We're looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks here. We're going to have some fun. You best believe it. Shout out Grammy P. We love you. Thanks for being live in the chat. JK big time. Your life is too valuable to just go through the motions. Crush the day. Yeah. Don't just go through the motions. I like that thought, Mr. Small Time. Appreciate you being live in the chat. Shane Harper, F&F while paying dues. Let's fucking go. Motion out there slanging a little bit of lightweight while he's listening to us go back and forth. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, my guy. Mrs. Metal Crazy live in the chat. Great morning, fam. Loving the show today, fellas. Today's reminder is to make sure you build those relationships where you can ask for 5 minutes from a friend when you're struggling. You're not a burden. Absolutely. You need those people in your life, man. And if you think like, oh, I'm a burden, I can't call anybody, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, then you don't have the right people in your corner. You have a cage of acquaintances. You don't have a circle of friends. If you have that feeling like I got nobody to reach out to, who do I call for help? Oh, I don't want to be a burden. Then you don't have the relationship you possibly could. Who's to say, who's to know? Man. Great stuff this morning. There's your third segment of this fine morning show. Answers from the Anvil. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings who have dove into the live chat. If you're still thinking about something or you want something on tomorrow's show or something in between, you can drop a comment on this show if you're watching live in primetime or not live in primetime, if you're watching a recording somewhere, or if you want to send an email to askfnf@thedhmgroup.io. We'll answer your emails right there, bring them live in primetime to the show. But my friends, what a morning. Wow. Phew. Gave you some lessons learned from sports gambling. Boy, oh boy, we had a hot conversation right there. We got plenty of good clips we're going to have to put out from that combo. Nice little reaction, Refinery, Luke Belmar, School of Hard Knock, Dr. Andrew Huberman, Simon Sinek. Little answers from the Anvil. Some great perspective from all you beautiful humming beings over there live in primetime in the chat. So it appears that there is only a few things left to do. And we start all of that by checking in with DJ Swirl One. Mr. Swirl One, sir, any final thoughts, comments, perspectives, reminders, anything in between for episode 609?
Well, I think it's been a great show. I've had a great time hanging out with every one of you. Been seeing the viewers go up and seeing the comments in the chat. I love that. It's great. It gets me started, gets me fired up for today. I'm going to go get on a tin can move myself throughout this land, find myself a mission that has no plan, but I'm still going to take it over. So that's what we're doing out here, my friends. Hey, make sure that you keep that water going, finish off that coffee, be a grandpa today, be nice to somebody, open the door, do something good, have some wisdom about you. You never know what's going to happen in the world today. You may not get tomorrow. You only have today. So make it happen. Get some major, crazy main character shit happen to you today. That would be really cool. Let's see what happens from there. Cap, hope you have a great day today, my friend. Same thing to you, DZ. Thanks for the help today, DZ. He killed it. He killed it today. I was loving it.
Damn straight. Shout out, Swirl One. Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for bringing the good vibes, helping all these beautiful humming beings start their day the right way here at Fortune Fuel, baby. We appreciate your energy. Have a fantastic flight and enjoy your missions in the foreign land after you get off of that tin can. Have a magnificent rest of your Tuesday because you, sir, deserve it. As for all of you beautiful humming beings, a couple of reminders for you. No other shows or spaces or anything you got to be tapped in or reminded about, so you got a free evening there. However, you can start your journey in the gateway today. You can get involved with the Diamond Hand Fam, baby. We did reference it a time or two. Who's to say, who's to know? You can always just slide right in and check out what's going on right after the show. You might be wondering, how the hell do I find the gateway? Where's all these pertinent links? Well, you can find them right in this episode's description. You can also find it, if you're listening to the show, in the episode's description on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon Music. But if you're watching me, you can find it right down there, one time for the one time. You can also find our merchandise store, Mine and Shine Apparel, if you want to rock a little DHMG merch, which will be updated here very soon. So keep your eyes peeled, ears open for that. Tomorrow night, Decoding the Divide, our weekly red pill rabbit hole diving live stream where we tell the truth. And boy, oh boy, you ain't going to want to miss tomorrow. You ain't going to want to miss tomorrow. I would highly suggest, as soon as that bad boy is scheduled, that you set yourself a reminder and you show up live in prime time, because it is going to be hot. Hot. I'm talking like Paris Hilton. Hot. Who's to say, who's to know? Show up and we will catch a flow. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, whether it's YouTube, Rumble, or if you follow us on X. We can't thank you enough for when you do that. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss a post, a live show, or any additional content. Hit a like if you're enjoying it. If any of the content makes you laugh, makes you cry, makes you think, or makes you go, I never thought of it that way before. Maybe give us a follow, maybe give us a rating, maybe leave a comment, maybe share out a clip, maybe make your own clip, put it out on the timeline. You know, we'll repost that from our own timeline. Who's to say, who's to know? Whatever you do, we can't help but thank you when you smash all of those buttons, because it only helps us grow this show bigger and better each and every day, and help this DHMG and that GACC brand continue to grow, baby. But outside of that, that's all we got for you to get up to date on. So I tell you, as I always do, that is it. That is a wrap. Paper or plastic, put a bow on that Shumama Beach. Episode 609 is officially over. No mas, no mo, but it is recorded for your enjoyment if you do need to come back throughout this Tuesday, or any day for that matter, as it is perfectly categorized in our podcast playlist on all of our platforms. But for now, my friends, it's time, as James Brown once said, to get on up and get on nah. But before we do, a couple of things I would appreciate if you allowed me to remind you. First of all, number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. What? Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow. What? And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for investing your time here this morning at Fortune Fuel, and every single day that you do, for that matter. We appreciate the hell out of you investing your time here. You could invest it 1,000,001 other ways, and the fact that you do will keep paying it right back to you and giving you that high quality ROI by staying on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. For now, my friends, I also ask that you remember that you are kind, You are smart, you are important, and you are loved. Go hold the dough. Go give somebody a smile. Go have that conversation. Go get after it today, child. That's your job. One time for the one time, as a super soldier, as a one percenter, as a diamond hander. Thank you for setting the change, being the precedent that we want to see out there, not only in Web3 or YouTube or Rumble or X, but in this entire wide world. For now, my friends, we bid thee adieu. For Mr. Producer, Derek, D-double-E-Z-double-Y,
Thank you
Daisy
very much.
Snow.
That's really nice. Thank you.
Co-host with the Mo-host, Mr. Swirl One, Sparks. Swirl One. And for me, Colton Capp Swirl. I can't thank you enough for tuning in, starting your day the right way here at episode 609 of Forge and Fuel, baby. Everybody's doing the shimmy swirl one. We're just out here feeling it one time for the one time. Maybe I have to post a little video, a little shimmy. That little shimmy's pretty good. But who's to say, who's to know? Keep your eyes peeled. More content coming your way. More growth. More things happening, baby. Don't miss out. But for now, have a TERRIFIC rest of your Tuesday. Aikido. And peace and love.